Well, our supplies, everything is donated to us. And we get the most wonderful things. Almost every day is like Christmas. We never know what we're going to get. As I said, we're a very poor apostolate. We don't have the means to buy things. So we depend upon everyone to donate things to us. We have clothing donated, household appliances, furniture. And then at Christmas time, we help nearly 1,000 children alone for Christmas, giving out about 10,000 presents. And at Christmas time, everything is brand new, but during the year, everything we give out is mostly used. But if I had to put a dollar figure on what we give out, I would say that we probably give out nearly $1 million worth of merchandise a year. And most of it is donated. So we're very thankful.
Do you go around and pick these things up?
No, we don't. We don't have the means to do it. We depend upon people to drop things off to us. Of course, sometimes we miss some very good items, but we have to trust God that what He gives us is what we absolutely need. If we had to pick things up, we would need a truck, and then we would have to pay commercial insurance, which is very costly. And then we would need not only one, but 2 drivers, because if we're picking up furniture, we need 2 people to carry it. And I don't have the means to pay someone, so we depend upon people to just drop things off. Once in a while, we're able to go out and pick something up, but it's not something we can depend upon.
How do people come to hear about Madonna House?
People learn about us through all the social service agencies, hospitals, clinics, churches, schools, the visiting home nurses, Catholic charities, Jewish family and children's services, and of course one another. When people come to us, they tell their friends and their neighbors and people that they know are struggling about us, and that's how people know about us. Of course, we've been operating for 22 years, so people, word has gotten around after all these years.
What does a person need to do to come to you?
They need to get a referral, and of course they get them from the agencies that I just mentioned. And they call, they make an appointment, and they come in. Now, so occasionally we do have walk-ins, people who don't have an appointment, but they desperately need something. So we encourage them to go out and get a referral. But if it's an emergency, sometimes we try to help people right away. One of the philosophy of Madonna House is when in doubt, give it out. If they don't have a referral, but they express a need, we give it to them. And of course, sometimes we've been burned by it, but in most cases, no. People come in, they definitely need something.
I see where you have adopted 9 children. Can you tell me about some of them?
Well, Madonna House was founded, of course, by the first child that we adopted. Our son John is Mexican, and he was one of 13 children, and half his brothers and sisters had died from starvation or lack of sanitary conditions. So I was so moved by what we experienced and what I witnessed that I knew when I came back to New Jersey I had to change my way of thinking, and I had a real spiritual awakening as to what is really needed in this world. So that prompted me to found Madonna House. And after adopting him, I had given birth to 2 children, but there was such an age range between my youngest natural born and the son we adopted. It's 11 years. So I didn't want him to grow up to be an only child. So then I adopted Sarah and Joshua and Emily.
My mother's a very giving person. She doesn't like to tell anybody no. She doesn't like to turn anybody away. She helps, she helps everybody. There's been times, it's been Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Day, and we're in the middle of dinner or opening gifts, and somebody's ringing the bell. They need last minute gifts, they need dinner, and she doesn't turn anybody away. She tries to help as many people as she can, as many people as possible. Madonna House has been here for forever, really. Like I said, I'm 23, so it's been here before I was here. And it's just a great asset to the community. Everybody in the county comes here almost.
Hi, my name is Emily Marie Blonsky. I've been living with Becky ever since I was 3 months old. She's very unique. She's one of a kind. What makes her different from a lot of the other mothers that I know or I've seen is that she always puts herself last, and she tries to do what God wants her to do, and she always puts herself last. It's very hard to explain who Becky Blonsky is until you've actually sat down with her, whether it be 5 minutes or years. There's always something new that you learn from her, and she always learns something new from you, but you always learn more from her than you think you do. And I couldn't have asked for a more wonderful person to raise me from an infant to a child, as an infant to an adult, to the young adult I am now. And a couple of children have approached me and said, how does it feel to be raised by someone that's not your mother? And I usually tell them the same parable she told me. Somebody plants a seed in a garden and leaves, and then somebody else comes and weeds it and helps it grows and waters it. Who's the person that really planted the flower and raised it? And after they hear that, they understand that the person who nourished the flower and weeded and helped it become the flower, that's the person that she is. She's my gardener and I'm her flower, and I'll always be her little flower, no matter how stubborn I get.
My name is Joshua Blonsky. I'm Rebecca Blonsky's son. I'm currently 22 years old. Rebecca adopted me in 1987, and that was around the time that she also started the Madonna house. So I've pretty much been around here my entire life. Just growing up, I just remember helping her out in here, and it's neat. Even though now I live a state away, I'm up in Syracuse right now. I'm teaching and going to college, but I come down here and it's the same exact thing I remember from when I was little, and still helping the same exact people. I mean, I was just talking to her now around Christmas time. She said she helped over 1,000 children in about 3 weeks, and that's, to some people that sounds like something amazing, but for her it's just like, we helped 1,000 kids, we can do better. She's a real inspiration to have her as a mother. I mean, no matter how hard things get, I mean, you just see what she's done and the joy that she brings to people and the joy that she brings to communities. And it's just amazing what one person can do, one driven person can do. And then on top of all that, just taking on all of us kids. It certainly has its ups and downs, but it definitely is an amazing thing that my mother